Question now says, name the parts labeled I. This is I. A cotton plant. But if it is only the leaf, you say a cotton leaf. They normally bring the diagrams which are taken from agriculture, then you will now be asked questions. So we have diagram 1 here. This diagram 1 is from poultry. And what you're seeing here, these holes are where you're going to slot in. This hole is where you're going to slot in eggs. Welcome to Majestic Tutorial. Today we are handling agri-practical, alternative to practical. I am Samuel Chikeze. So you know, agri-science, just like any other science, has practical. And for you to do well in a science subject, you must handle the practical effectively. And in agri-science, as usual, be it GCE or May-June, the questions are 4, taken from 4 sections. And the student is expected to answer all, no option. So we go into the questions. This is question 1. It is taken from agricultural engineering and mechanization, and it is an important part. And what you're seeing on the diagram is irrigation, which is an artificial way of applying water. There are different systems of irrigation. We have the channel irrigation, but what we have here is the sprinkler. At least from the diagram, you will find that the water is coming from the pipe above the crops. Therefore, this is sprinkler. So A, which says identify the irrigation system illustrated by the diagram. The answer you will write, no explanation, is sprinkler. And you will get the mark. Spelling is necessary, but we don't mark it. Then we go to question B. List 3 important components of the illustrated irrigation system. In the same way, in other practical, you need to know the component parts of the tractor, the wheelbarrow, and others. Questions normally come from there. So in this case, B, the answer are the nozzle. You have the nozzle. Number 2, you have the release valve. Then you have the extension pipe. These are important parts. There are other parts, but you are expected to mention only 3. And don't go beyond. And be careful, you notice that they gave us 3 lines. And you also fill your answers into these 3 lines. C question. Which of the components listed in IB directs water into the air? We go back. You find that this water, this is where the water is being directed into the air. And it is the nozzle, which we gave as number 1. So the answer, they say which component listed above. So you say nozzle. You got that? So D, state 4 advantages of using the illustrated irrigation system. The advantages are: 1, it economizes water. You're free to say it saves water. Number 2 is that it is suitable for irrigating large area of land. Then number 3 is that it saves labor. One person can irrigate 3 hectares at a time, just from one point. Then another is that it is easy to maintain. The reason being that since the pipes are on the surface, you can easily see anyone that is leaking and you make corrections or adjustments on them. E questions rather. State 4 disadvantages of using the illustrated irrigation system. Number 1, it is expensive. Another disadvantage is that it requires skill. You need to know how to handle it. If not, you cannot use it. The number 3 is that it cannot be used on a small area of land. It is uneconomical. It is uneconomical on small area. Another disadvantage, making it number 4, is that the sprinkler is not suitable for root crops. Do you see how I squeeze my crops down? You are allowed to use this lower line. It's still allowed.
Are you looking for a trusted supplier of medical equipment, science equipment, and reagents? Search no more. Choose Her Majesty Easy Word Science, where you buy directly from the scientists who understand the quality and the working principle of every tools and analytical reagents. We don't just sell, we guide you. Do you know that every purchase comes with free practical guide on how to use the reagents or apparatus effectively by a scientist and experienced medical experts? We are majestic, reliable, and affordable. We say to you exactly what you ordered. This is not what you ordered versus what you got, because the satisfaction is our watchword. Thank you.
Then the last question, F. Mention 2 effects of the illustrated irrigation system on the environment where it is being practiced. If you go back to the diagram, you notice that the pipes are on top of the soil. Therefore, you can use tractor. That's one thing in that environment. Then number